Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So I've got XRP up here on the daily, still trading in that range right now at 45.5 cents, give or take. On the daily, we're not seeing too much motion. I mean, after coming back down on April 19th, XRP has tried to see some momentum upward, although over the last 3 days, we haven't really seen anything really to write home about, just kind of a bit of a slow cascading move to the downside. We're still trading in this range. Let me throw it on the hourly here. So we really got to get that momentum back upwards, which, is going to be led by Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin trading right now at about 27, where is it right now? About 27,300. So even Bitcoin is still really just trading in this range here. Finding its bottom, as we mentioned the other day, finding its bottom here, just bouncing off those levels of support, and now trading at $27,300 per coin. If I throw it on the weekly, though, we are seeing, movement to the upside. We are seeing that positive shift, right, guys? When in doubt, zoom out. So Bitcoin on the weekly, each candlestick representing 1 week of time. And, take a look at this, compare it to November 2022, that first shift to the upside. We saw few weeks here vacillating back and forth. We did see that huge decline, but then volume did push up. And then the week of March 13th, boom, to the upside. Bitcoin eventually did broach that $30,000 mark, flirting with this level up here. And now, guys, it's another retracement period. So we are still in a retracement period, similar to what we saw here between late January and mid-March. It's going to be more of this, I think, before we see another move to the upside, and XRP is just following along for the ride, similar to many of the other cryptocurrencies in the space right now. Just over the last 24 hours, we haven't seen, as you guys can see here, not too much movement to the upside, nor too much movement to the downside. So it's a bit of a wait and see period. I think it's a bit of a wait and see until we move higher period, just because of the way the market is moving. And I mean, US clarity is really going to influence this a lot. Paul Grewal here posted this, an update with regards to Coinbase. Now, Coinbase is turning around and suing the SEC. Today, we filed a narrow action in the U.S. Circuit Court to compel the SEC to respond yes or no to a rulemaking petition we filed with them last July, asking them to provide regulatory guidance for the crypto industry. Paul Grewal continued by saying the SEC is required by law to respond to petitions within a reasonable time, but they have not yet responded to our petition from last July, which is why we filed our action in court today. So, looks like Coinbase is not messing around. It's obvious that there's a lack of clarity among our regulators regarding cryptocurrencies, as even the chair of the SEC has declined to say which crypto assets are securities and which ones are not. And then he links this clip here that I showed you guys in a video from last week of Gary Gensler just kind of dodging the question. He goes on to say the crypto industry and its users need clear laws and rules to follow that are built for a new technology. Enforcement actions based on inapplicable securities laws are not the answer. So here we have it, guys. Paul Grewal coming out, and many in the XRP community have been supporting this. Obviously, Metal Lawman here too, just kind of outlining the petition. Here's the petition for writ of mandamus filed by Coinbase against the SEC. It's a brilliant piece of crisp, persuasive legal writing. Gloves are off. Coinbase slams the SEC for its attempt to intimidate Coinbase with the Wells notice. So it is on, like Donkey Kong, as I like to say. Metal Lawman continues by saying this case will move much faster than SEC versus Ripple because it starts off in the Court of Appeals, not the U.S. District Court. So that's positive. Maybe we will see some clarity, at least for, issues similar to what Coinbase is facing sooner than we will get regarding, particular cryptocurrencies, whether they're securities or not. Although I do think Coinbase has incorporated that to a point. He goes on to say there will be no discovery and no pretrial per se. There will be briefing, then an oral argument by the lawyers. That is it. Should take months, not years. So maybe we'll get some kind of verdict within the next few months. We're still hoping to get a Ripple SEC verdict within the next month or two. We'll say at this point, it's so hard to tell. Even the most experienced people in the XRP community, the lawyers, right? The XRP community lawyers, they've been putting their best guess on when we could see a verdict. And, even those predictions have fallen flat. So here we have it, guys. Months, not years, says Meta Lawman here on Twitter. But Root Kermit brought up something interesting. I tried to warn people last year. The WEF is controlling the SEC. This is from a 2022 WEF workshop. Okay, so just think about this for a second. A big shift is in motion. The largest Tier 1 custodians invest in the infrastructure to safeguard the market, triggering a virtuous circle of adoption. The shift creates new regulatory standards, banks setting up the gold standard of compliance practices. So what is the plan here? What is the WEF outlining here? Wave 1, Shadow Crypto Finance. And guys, these are all the legacy providers, okay, like Coinbase, Kraken, Grayscale, Bitstamp, right? All the exchanges that you and I know and love, mostly, for take, the OGs, right? The on-ramps, the off-ramps. But this is what they have to corral. This is what they are really getting into with regards to the clarity. These guys are the ones responsible for making you and I, the retail holders, rich. And they're letting us do it fairly easily. Well, the SEC wants to put a stop to that. And so what is Wave 2? Wave 2 is banks and regulated financial institutions. So what they want to do is they want to move crypto regulation from these guys over to these guys. The silver lining here, Standard Chartered, Citibank, BBVA, just reading you guys some of the names here under Wave 2, BNP Paribas, Deutsche Bank, Societe Generale, RBC, BNY Mellon, Union Bank, HSBC, Visa, MasterCard, right? These are all partners, whether directly or indirectly, with Ripple. And we know Ripple has this goal, right? Tokenization on the XRP ledger. I mean, cross-border payments, obviously that first step. But guys, you can really tokenize anything and leverage XRP for that utility. So if crypto does even shift from these guys to these guys, yes, it still wouldn't be as great for retail. However, the good news for you and I is that there still is a Ripple connection to a lot of these institutions, and this is why we've been following the partnerships so closely. So an interesting thread here. Wanted to thank Meta Lawman and Paul Gural for obviously sharing that with us. XRP Crypto Wolf, with regards to XRP as a security, how can, I mean, this is a different country, but how can the SEC really consider, as many cryptos as they are trying to nail down as securities when the South Korean government has rejected claims that Terra Luna is in fact a security? Yeah, I'm not making this stuff up, okay? They noted that in the majority of previous trials undertaken by various courts in that country, the judge did not find cryptocurrencies to be securities, and therefore they are not investment products that fall under regulation by the Capital Market Act. So South Korean prosecutors are, putting their stamp on this. According to Korean media, Ilio, South Korea's Seoul Southern District Court rejected the prosecution's claim that Luna Coin is a security. In most of the previous trials of South Korean courts, cryptocurrencies were not considered securities and could not be regarded as financial. And then it continues on. I guess you got to click on the link here, guys. I will link it in the description of the video for you. But here they're saying in South Korea, despite the fact that Do Kwon was engaging in shady business with his Terra Luna project, they're still not considering this cryptocurrency a security. So there you have it. Another verdict coming out of Asia. Wanted to thank XRP Crypto Wolf for posting that. Perianne Boring has also been busy on Capitol Hill, giving a very clear definition about cryptocurrencies. Actually, a few. Listen to this.
Digital assets are a spectrum of assets. There are digital asset commodities, there's digital asset securities, there's digital asset currencies, there's payment systems, there's NFTs, there's digital collectibles. There are many different types of digital assets that there are many different regulatory agencies that have jurisdiction over this space. That clip you just played with Chairman Patrick McHenry grilling the SEC Chairman Gary Gensler really gets to the fundamental issue the industry has, which is the need for regulatory clarity. And that exchange was very emblematic of what the industry is dealing with.
Perianne, I did a panel down at Virginia Tech about 4.5 years ago, and with Hester Peirce, who is actually a member, one of the SEC commissioners. This was 4.5 years ago. We talked about the urgency of getting this done. It feels like the SEC is moving at about the speed of a 100-year-old tortoise with a broken ankle.
Yeah, Commissioner Peirce spoke at an event that we hosted about a year ago, and she said, unfortunately, the SEC has made very, very little progress. There has been no regulatory guidance issued by the Securities and Exchange Commission for the digital asset ecosystem, despite the fact that industry has been calling for it for over 6 years. Coming back to that question of Ethereum, which really kicked off the entire hearing, how can it be that the Securities and Exchange Exchange Commission is taking the position that digital tokens, including Ethereum, potentially are securities, but then you have the CFTC also saying these exact same assets are commodities. How is there clarity when you have when the agencies themselves don't agree, and even the SEC, the commissioners of the SEC, Hester Peirce being one of them, don't agree? There is not regulatory clarity in this space, despite what the chairman testified on this morning.
So Barry-Ann Boring here, making it very clear that there is, in fact, no clarity whatsoever. Even just talking about the CFTC and the SEC claiming different attributes for the same thing. So what do we have to do, guys, to receive clarity? Devs need to keep building, and this is exactly what is happening, especially on the XRP ledger. Vin here posting this. One of the largest e-commerce platforms now natively supports cross-currency XRP payments, and this is a milestone for XRPL Labs, for the Sum Wallet, and for utility on the XRP ledger. So Sum Wallet, guys, making a giant leap into e-commerce, now integrated with ECWID and Lightspeed. 1 million plus stores can now offer seamless, secure XRPL payments, boost cross-border and currency transactions. And so you can read more here on their blog. I will link this in the description. 1 million plus ECWID stores, just 2 clicks away from cheaper cross-border payments, cross-currency payments with the Sum app. And take a look here, guys. It allows customers to pay with any asset they own on the XRP ledger, creating a seamless environment for both fiat and cryptocurrency payments, while providing certainty for the store owner, receiving 100% backed USD, Euro, or Great British Pound Gate Hub stablecoins. The native integration with ECWID by Lightspeed simplifies the process for shop owners to add Sum as a payment option, complete with pathfinding capabilities. This significant advancement expands the XRPL payment access to a vast number of online stores. With a strong focus on security, Sum is a leader in safeguarding digital transactions, offering store owners the confidence and assurance they need to embrace digital payments. And so, of course, more development on the XRPL does in fact translate to more utility for XRP. Now, I guess the question is, how many of these companies are going to jump on board right away? Of course, it's a cool idea, but there still needs to be a push, right? There still needs to be, and this is only happening in certain countries right now in Europe, if I'm not mistaken. So, so the clarity is still very, very important. We need that clarity to give more people, it's part of the education process, because people need to feel confident, shop owners, whoever, right? Somebody who's not in the crypto world, they need to feel confident that they can accept payments using this type of technology. But this is another step in the right direction. So great news here from Vin. Another one here, guys, from T-Hole Bedic XRP, Ripple Connected Bank, iFast UK launches worldwide digital banking. So get this, iFast UK Bank launches digital personal banking open to users worldwide. That's the headline there. They're using Easy Remit, which I believe is also Ripple enabled. IGB's existing Easy Remit business offers money transfers and foreign exchange services for customers in over 20 currencies. This coming from Mooj Malik, Chief Executive Officer of IGB. The digital personal banking platform will provide individual customers around the world with an opportunity to access personal digital banking services in the UK. And then down here, you guys can see just a bit of a graph here, just showing some of the updates in a timeline. So going back as far as 2003 to 2022. And T-Hole Bedic bringing up this point, okay, so Ripple Connected Bank, iFast UK, they did launch worldwide digital banking. They used to be BFC Bank, owned by Ripple customer Wiz Financial. So there's a few connections in here. They mentioned the existing money transfer company Easy Remit, right? As I mentioned, UK operations were sold to ODL company CrossPay. Not sure how it all fits together. However, guys, we are seeing more and more partnerships. As more and more partnerships are being forged by Ripple, it's becoming more apparent that these companies are integrating with other Ripple-enabled partners. So that used to be kind of, a rarity to see, oh, this Ripple partner's partnering up with this Ripple partner. Wow, that's great news. But now we're starting to see it, more and more and more. We used to really get excited to see, even just to acknowledge one single Ripple partnership, but now seeing them stacked on top of each other, I think this is definitely good for XRP ledger volume, utilizing XRP eventually in some of these cases. So wanted to thank T-Hole Bedic for bringing that up. Another one from Mike here with regards to Ripple partner eBury. Now they're providing payroll payments for InCorp client base. And here they're targeting the APAC region directly. So they will engage with eBury mass payments to facilitate payroll payments through Singapore, Australia, Hong Kong, India, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, and Vietnam. By using eBury mass payments, InCorp is expanding its offering to cover clients' end-to-end payroll processing needs. So Again, eBerry, Ripple enabled, looking to streamline payment services in the APAC region specifically. Down here it says, it says they're frictionless transactions across multiple currencies. So something the XRP ledger does very, very well. While safeguarding client money and reducing counterparty risk, eBerry and Incorp understand the need for employee payments to arrive both on time and in full value. So, not dinging clients, 10, 15% sometimes for these cross-border payments. Leveraging eBerry's 99.97% payment success rate allows Incorp customers to benefit from working with the global leader in international payroll payments. And take a look down here, guys. eBerry has the ability to settle in over 200 countries across 130 plus currencies with a geographical footprint spanning 32 global offices. So wide-spanning, currency conversion. I don't know in what capacity they are going to be paying these people in these countries out. So, let's say they're Uber drivers, for example, right? The ability to just be able to pay out, somebody $100, $200, $300 every week or 2 weeks or whatever it is in the currency, in their regional currency, the regional fiat currency. This is obviously something that Ripple does very, very well. And I'm just using that as an example. But eBerry here, a Ripple partner, looking to provide payments for Incorp in the APAC region. So great news there. Another great one from Mike on Twitter. How about this, guys, from ISO 20022? Let's do it. Amazon Web Services. Now, there were inclinations that Amazon, AWS specifically, was leveraging RippleNet. We found a web page that highlighted Ripple partnership. We did not know if this was, a trial or if they were going to jump on board with it. But guys, we finally have confirmation. This is an older interview from 2019 that was just dug up by ISO 20022. At least he's the one who posted it here. Amazon Web Services event discusses Ripple and Stellar ILP being implemented via API to process payments on the blockchain. Listen to this, guys.
Institution that allows fiat on-ramps to distribute blockchain technologies such as Ripple and Stellar and Interledger. This is available via APIs, so developers, I think such as yourselves, can embed it into their applications and allow users to, integrate with USD or we have 8 fiat currencies coming on board and reach different countries. But this basically allows users to, interact with your ecosystem.
So rolling out the XRP Ledger and Stellar network for potential payments with an integration to ILP, okay? But listen to this.
We're best collaborating with them up front. And then, of course, payments, right? We also have someone on our team dedicated to seeing where XRP for payments can be of use and working with different merchants as well as consumers, platforms and apps to see where there could be a good opportunity for us.
They have somebody dedicated specifically to XRP and how that could be of best use.
We also have someone on our team dedicated to seeing where XRP for payments can be of use.
A completely dedicated employee over there working at Amazon being told, hey, look at where XRP can be used in this system. I mean, it was always on our radar. Again, this was from 2019, and maybe in 2019 they were ready to go with it. Of course, we did get the lawsuit. Maybe Amazon said, okay, hold back on this. And of course, now in 2023, we still don't have the clarity. So, is Amazon waiting? Are they poised and ready to go? They do have a person dedicated to looking at XRP, seeing where it fits for payments. Guys, I think once we get that clarity, the utility is going to be like a tsunami. I know I've said that before and it almost seems cliche at this point, but there is certainly pent-up demand, as per Amazon and other major US companies. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.